Morning everybody, welcome to this week's Tillers Turf Talk. Hope you're all keeping really well. Fabulously sunny day here at Tillers today, mid-September, absolute joy to be out and perfect working conditions for what we're going to talk about this week. Now you may recall a couple of weeks ago we did a video on a harvest of a hybrid tennis court, and the guys worked hard into the night to get that court uplifted, loaded and heading down to be installed by our partners Fine Turf, who've done an absolutely cracking job down there. So much so that it's all marked out, the nets are up and it's already receiving some limited play and some fantastic feedback, so that's brilliant. So now that's gone, it's time to install another one. So once again we've got the guys from Fine Turf back, they're working behind me, they've already made a start. So what we'll do, we'll have a wander over and we're going to have a closer look at this hybrid tennis court installation. Awesome. Key to any installation like this is really the preparation. And one thing that is really important here is when this turf is harvested, you've got a really clean backing. It's going onto a laser level root zone that's going to be absolutely bang on with the levels, and we need the turf to match. So we start off by putting this bed of sand down, so when we harvest the turf there's going to be no awkward clumps of dirt clinging to the turf underneath that might give us non-uniformity and unevenness in the actual product itself. So it works really well. So Jamie's behind me and he's just running the roller over it. So we've got the sand there, we've looted it to the level, and the final roll just creates a nice firm surface to lay the carpet straight onto. Brilliant. So now I've got that lovely smooth finish, we're now going to start laying the carpet out, which Jamie's just doing behind me. So before we go and have a look at that, if we look at the few we rolled earlier, so there's about 3 carpets gone out so far, maybe 4 more to go in. You might notice a few pallets, the pallets there just in case any unexpected gusts of wind. If the wind does blow, it can make this job really difficult. So until we get that infill within the product to weigh it down, then that gives us some security that there's going to be no extra work created. But also you might see a few creases on there, don't worry about those. These are all going to be pulled out before the next roll is stitched on. So a bit like a carpet fitter would come into your house and he would stretch the carpet out, make it taut, take those creases and folds out of it. We'll be doing exactly the same here. That way we don't get anything coming up or anything that's going to interfere with the levels or the depth of the infill itself. So it's brilliant stuff. They're putting the carpet in, let's go and have a look. We're on the home straight of this 6-roll sequence, and what we're trying to create is one big giant carpet and everything joined together. So there's 2 key things we need to do when we lay each roll. The first of all is to stretch the carpet out, and this will take out any folds or creases that may impact the infill, and then if it impacts the infill then potentially the performance of the court going forward. And then the other thing we have to do is we stitch the rolls together, so they're stitched, trimmed off, and as I say, everything made to create one uniform surface ready to receive the infill. So the guys from Fine Turf, as always, done a fantastic job. It's absolutely seamless here, perfect. The final roll of carpet's going down, so I've just come away from the court for a little while. And I have to say that Jamie, John and young Chris done a fantastic job of the installation. Absolutely seamless and well ready to receive the next stage, which is the infill. So I'm just going to take a closer look at that right now. This hasn't been done for a couple of days, but we are going to come back and do a little bit of filming of the spreading. Now the key is little and often, so a little bit of spread, brush up, keep those fibres coming up. We depend on them for the stability of the court and for the durability. So really important that we do that. So little and often with the fill, lots and lots of brushing in between. So when we look at the 2 things, we were talking earlier about football. So in football situation we have a very medium to coarse sand. So we're going to get fantastic infiltration here, less compaction and a pitch that's less injurious to the players. And on the tennis side, we're trying to do the polar opposite. We're trying to create a firm surface that emulates the bounce and play characteristics of a championship grass tennis court. So it's really interesting for us to be growing 2 completely different products here, using similar methodology but different products. But like I say, it's a lot of research, been done in this, a lot of time spent on getting it right. So as you can see with this infill, you can ball it up, and the clay content in there means that we're going to get a lovely firm court and achieve the results that we so badly want. So yeah, fantastic stuff. Like I say, it's all going down in a couple of days time, so we'll pop back then. We'll see a bit of the fill being spread and a bit of seeding, and we'll talk a bit more about what seed we're choosing and what we're going to be doing to grow the court in going forward, ready for harvest. So fabulous stuff, and we'll catch up in a couple of days. Morning everybody, it's day 2 of the hybrid tennis court installation, and today it is infill day. So we're looking at the product yesterday and explained the differences between the football pitch infill and the tennis court infill, and the hopper is all on, the spreader is ready, so let's go out, let's go take a look. So day 2 is going really well, and once again we've got the weather in our favour, so we've got some nice bright sunshine with a little light breeze, which is really going to come into its own and help us when we start infilling this carpet. Now the key to infilling is a little bit at a time, keep brushing in. It's really important that we keep these fibres brushed up as we go, otherwise we'll end up burying them, and if they're below ground level they're ineffective and not giving us any of the wear and tear and abrasion resistance that we're looking for. So it's all going really well, and we're pretty much at depth now. I think there's maybe one more pass to go, and then it'll be over to the seeder. So we'll have a look, we'll talk a little bit about seed selection, and we'll take a bit closer look at the seeding operation itself. When we're selecting a grass seed for this hybrid tennis court, there's lots of things we need to take into consideration. 2 of the main ones being, number 1, durability. So we're looking for grass varieties that are going to withstand the heavy wear and tear that this court's going to be subjected to, but also recovery. So we're selecting varieties that are going to recover quickly afterwards. And our seed of choice is a 100% ryegrass blend, 4 different varieties, and we're using MM50 from DLF, tried and tested grass court seed on many championship grass courts all over the UK. So we know it performs well, but it's not just the durability and the recovery, we're also looking for things like winter and summer colour, drought tolerance, disease resistance, and this seed gives us it all. So fantastic product, we know it's going to work on here, so let's get it in the spreader and let's crack on. Last bit of seed's gone in the ground, and the installation of this hybrid tennis court is now complete. So the court now will be handed over to Matt and his specialist team to lovingly nurture in over the next few months, with a view to harvest in early spring next year. So really looking forward to seeing how it develops, and we may do a few updates a bit later in the year to see how it's going. I do just want to mention what a fantastic job Fine Turf have done at the installation. It's been done professionally, accurately, everything's looking absolutely fantastic, so really well done to them. Check out Fine Turf on your socials if you haven't already. So if you like the video, please like it. Please share it, help us grow the channel. We really appreciate all your subscriptions, all your comments. They really mean a lot to us, and we look forward to bringing you lots of interesting content in the future. So in the meantime, have a fabulous weekend, and we'll catch you next week. Take care everybody.